Welcome to the MTR Network. We are back for another Supergirl Super Tuesday. I am Shanna. I'm here with the doctor.
Hi.
And we are going to discuss Supergirl season 3, episodes 19 and 20, The Fanatical and Dark Side of the Moon. So first off, I'm not even going to ask you, like, how did you feel about the episodes? I'm going to ask you, how much are you enjoying this last half of season 3?
Girl, loving it.
And I didn't even have to be like, I wasn't going to be like, how do you like it? How do you feel? Because I know it's good. So it's like, how much are you enjoying it?
What about you?
Where did this Supergirl come from? Where, like,
you know what was funny is my son was playing cards with me while I was watching the episodes. He was like, wait, this looks good. He's like, this is my youngest. He's like, so is Supergirl getting good to the same degree that Flash is getting bad?
It feels like some sort of inverse equation, doesn't it?
I was like, pretty much, yeah.
I'm like, who is writing this? Did they fire the entire writer's room and hire all new people? I do not understand. It's so good. So, okay. First episode, The Fanatical. Full disclosure, I was on vacation. My brother graduated from Morehouse. It was great. And then I went to New Orleans. I was on vacation. I did not watch these episodes until yesterday. I watched them back to back. So I'm watching it, and Jimmy, when he saved the little black girl, and the police showed up.
Listen.
And she was like, they like, I can't believe they shot at you. And he's like, oh, they're fanatics. And she's like, no, the police. I was like, when the white folks ran off, I'm like, come on. Rip from headlines much? I know. I was like, wait, are we about to talk about race?
And then he talked about his first time being handcuffed at a hotel resort when he was 7 because they didn't think he belonged there. And he was so small, they had to put the handcuffs on his forearms.
Blacting. I was like, look at Makad blacting over here.
Right.
Where did this come from, y'all? I was shooketh. What in the... Oh my, like, Supergirl. So I think it was last season when Arrow was like, we're going to do an episode about gun violence and the gun debate, and we were all like, whoa.
Like, please don't. Like, please don't.
We're like, oh, you don't have the range. Let's not do this.
Right.
And I watched that episode, and it was definitely one of those episodes where they were trying to be like, let's show all sides of the debate and the argument. So, we're going to have one character who's very much so pro-gun. We're going to have another character that's very so much anti-gun. And then Oliver is going to end up like somewhere in the middle where like we need regulations, but it's also important that people have their guns, right? So we're going to, there's good people on both sides kind of thing. Supergirl was like, nah, police brutality is fucked up and it's messed up how they treat black folks. Like, that was it. Like, that was the whole ass message, is people need to treat black people better. Like, they totally went there and
they really did
pull any punches. It was so good. And even just Jimmy's conclusion at the end of like why it's important. He's like, I get why as Supergirl you have a secret identity. This is the other thing, tying things together, because then Jimmy's whole thing about whether or not he should say who he really reveal himself is tied to Supergirl's struggle of like Lena not trusting her and being like, well, she trusts her friend Kara, but she doesn't trust Supergirl because she doesn't know that her friend Kara is also Supergirl. So tying those two things together, but Jimmy coming to the conclusion of it makes sense why you do what you do and why you have to have a secret identity. But there is something to be said for me revealing myself and being a Black hero and showing other people that they too can be heroes. I mean, like, is that not just everything? Is that not just everything that we want?
Listen.
It was so good. It was so good. And I know we joke about Jimmy and the Guardian suit and all of that, but...
And a lack of peripheral vision.
Yes. But I have never been more proud of Guardian.
Look, he did the damn thing this episode.
He really did. So I'm looking up the writers right now. So it was written by Paula Yu and Eric Carrasco. Those sound ethnic. So Paula Yu, apparently, she used to be a supervising producer on Defiance, also Mozart in the Jungle and Eureka. All good shows. And it looks like she has a new show coming up called Greenhouse Academy. I don't know what that is. And then Eric Carrasco, he's written for Supergirl, for Justice League Action, and it looks like he did a short film called Star Wars, Please Kathleen Kennedy. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, it was just excellent. It was
so good. I mentioned at the start when we were about to start recording, also, all the shade that Lena threw Supergirl's way, I was like, get her! She's like, well, you didn't tell me. She's like, guess what? When I'm working, I'm not thinking about you. I was like, yeah!
Lena bars. The whole episode. Lena had bars.
Look, the whole episode was Caribbean, true 53%, like, I want you to forgive me in the timeline that I want to be forgiven. I'm like, that's not how this works. And then we can be friends. And she's like, oh, but we're not friends. I'm like, get her. Oh my God, tell her about herself. Get her.
It's so interesting because I always thought Supergirl and Lena are cool, right? Like Lena and Supergirl.
Lena thought they were cool.
Yeah, like Lena and Supergirl are cool. Lena was like up to a point. Because the minute Supergirl pulled that shit, she was like, oh, we're not friends. I don't fuck with you like that. Like, she pulls away so quick. And then Kara tried to
pulled a big shot on her real quick.
Kara tried to come at Jimmy on that. I can't believe you told Lena that I sent you to look. And he was like, I'm in a relationship with her. I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to be honest with her. And he was like, and because I did, she opened up to me and told us what was really going on. So, yeah, no.
In one case, a man's dick was actually his friend, is all I'm saying.
Exactly. It was so, oh my God. Kara was so hurt. Lena was looking at her like, yeah, she's like, I'm going to continue working on what I work on. And it's not always about you. And when it is about you, I might let you know.
Maybe. Plus, this shield ain't a weapon. Mm-hmm. I was waiting for her to say, like, you don't sign my paycheck, ho. You don't sign my paycheck.
Lena, I feel like, was 2 seconds from being like, whose name is on the building? Because it's not Supergirl Corps. It's Luthor Corps. Okay?
Right.
You could get out. I was like, who is writing Lena's stuff? Because, oh my God, her face. Oh, she was so, She was just cold. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. Oh, this show is so good right now. Oh, it's so good right now. Anything else about Fanatical?
Ruby and Alex, another one. Like, well, I need you to get better and talk to me in my own time. Like, she's a teenager and you're treating her like a 5. Like, let's go for a ride. Let's go for ice cream. And Ruby and true teen fashion, she's like, leave me the fuck alone, lady.
I'm not mad at Ruby. Look,
I'm not mad at Ruby either. Alex was getting on my nerves.
Yeah. I'm like, I get it. You're trying, but also
you're getting on everybody's nerves.
She got to do it. She got to do it in her own time. She just has to. And I can't remember if it was this episode or the next episode where she asks her, like, are you afraid that what happened to your mom is going to happen to you? I think that was the second episode.
That was the second episode.
Yeah. But when, again, because they're doing such a good job of connecting all of these storylines thematically and emotionally, when you realize that it's not necessarily about Ruby being scared for herself, like in terms of like, I'm afraid I'm in danger, or like I'm afraid my mom won't come back. But when you realize like she's like scared about about herself, about her changing and hurting the people around her the way her mom has.
Right.
And then connecting that, okay, so we're just going to move into the second episode. We're just connecting that to John and his father.
Yes.
When she's like, do you think John is afraid that he's going to lose his memory like his dad? I just about cried.
Look, if Ruby dies, I'm going to be sad, because now I'm at the point where it's like, well, we can just kill Alex, because she's starting to get on my nerves.
Okay, so other thing with Ruby and Alex, when Alex said, as long as I'm alive, I'll protect you, I'm like,
foreshadowing.
Yeah, I was like, why would you put that out into the ether, girl? Like, what are y'all trying to tell us? Are y'all going to kill Alex before the end of the season? Oh my God. I don't want Alex to die. Because I also thought she had a beautiful moment with John where she was like, I'm out here jumping off buildings and running into danger. And I say that I want to be a mom, but how can I want to be a mom and also put myself in danger constantly? And the maturation of the character as she like just continues to like really hone in on what she wants. And we saw it when she came out and she realized that like, this is something that she always felt but hadn't acknowledged. And then being with Maggie and realizing that she wanted kids and that relationship was never going to work because of that. And now it's like, I have this job where I am required, but also I like to run into danger. What does that say about me?
Like, jumping buildings ain't a thing for me.
Yeah. Like, no, and the way she was going so hard, it was so funny. So the guy that we saw that she first accused of going after her, he was the guy from the flashback episode, right? The one that
killed Kara's best friend.
Yeah. So, like, they took us way back, way to pull from your own history. Good job. And then she was just going like extra hard. She was just like, I know it's you. Tuta's like, yo, I killed a teenager. I'm like still dealing with my guilt. Calm down.
Like I'm kind of done with that life.
Like I'm doing my own thing over here, being sad. Like just stop. And then it turned out to be like the alien dude, and she was like. Alex was they blew up her bicycle. She grabbed that grenade off the ground, which I felt like it should have went off at least 5 seconds earlier in her hand.
Listen, I said that is the longest holding grenade I've ever seen. Yeah,
it was like life. Beep, 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 beep. I was like, How long?
I was like, I could probably go get a drink from the vending machine in the time it's taking this thing to blow up.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, so they just, like, her realizing that it's not just her job, but also that she likes that part. She likes running into danger. And she's like, I can't be talking about I want to be a mom and be out here in these streets acting a fool. She's just such a good character. And also what scares me when that happens, when like a character goes through an arc like that and matures, I'm like, oh, yeah, it might be a good time to kill her off. So when she said that line, I was like, fuck. There's a good chance they might kill Alex. I was like, she had an epiphany. That's like the worst thing you can do if you want your character to live.
Right.
Yeah, that was that whole and drawing the two together. Because at first I was like, why are we following Alex's adventures, running around, jumping off buildings and stuff? But when they, brought it together with Ruby, and with John and all of that, I was just like, this is truly beautiful. The writing is so good right now. I was not expecting for us to find leftover Krypton.
Well, I saw that and they said Argo City. I was like, oh, so they are pulling from New 52, except in this version, some people actually survived. Because in New 52, they found the city, but everyone had perished.
Okay, I was like, you will have to fill me in on that because I clearly don't know anything.
Yeah, she found a hologram, one of the crystals, and was talking to her father when she found Argo City, but the experiment didn't work and everybody died. So the city was still floating, but they couldn't, it wasn't habitable and they didn't make it.
Okay.
And also, the minute Selena showed up, I was like, that's the Dark Kryptonian. That's the Dark Kryptonian priestess.
First of all, I love her kicky little bob that she has when she's not being evil. I would say homegirl looks kind of cute in her, like, I'm not evil clothes. She is so good. I really like this character as well. Someone who I kind of just thought was like this background. And it's funny, too, because we got all of the flashes of her when Rain was in her Fortress of Solitude. And then this season, we were getting a ton of flashes of Kara's mom in the beginning of the season. So I like that we find out that both of these women are still alive. And we actually get to meet them for real. The way she played Kara in that meeting.
Look.
Masterful.
And it makes me wonder if that thing is going to actually strengthen.
Right?
Well, no, because I saw the preview. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't watch the preview. So, like, yeah, but when she did all that back and forth and then gave her the thing anyway, I was like, ooh, is that a good thing? Like, is that what we want to happen? Because this feels sketchy. Yeah, I really am loving that they brought that back and that Kara has now an option of leaving Earth and being with her mom again. Ooh, I want her mom to come to Earth now. I want Kara's human mom to meet her real mom. Just me?
Yeah, just you.
I think that would be so great. No? Okay.
Nah, it's just you.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. All right, whatever. I think it's
I was so scared, though, when they were on the planet, and it looked like when Monel went to save the kid, I was like, oh, no, they're setting him up to kill him. Because that's going to backfire, or it's going to cause the kid to die. And then they're like, he's attacked somebody, he's trying to kill us all. That's what I thought was going to happen.
I like that the whole entire ethos of Argo City is like, look, we fucked up. We probably shouldn't do that again. like that's their whole entire thing.
It's like, we don't stay in our lane over here.
You gonna fix all the fucked up shit we did. So messed up. Like she's just like, hey, you're welcome. You're safe here. Yeah, we did some fucked up shit back in the day. Your people are probably all right. God damn it. At least they realized how fucked up they are. Which she was like, yeah, I was in the Phantom Zone, and then what's that prison?
Fort Ross.
Fort Ross. She was like, and then Fort Ross got knocked out of the Phantom Zone and came to Earth, and her mom was like, yeah, that's one of my regrets. I was like, one of many. Ma'am, you
I was going to say like one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah, you have a ton, okay? She was like, oh, we totally wouldn't have shot you into space if we would have known that this would have worked. What the fuck? You're the worst.
For real, for real.
I love cars, Mom. Okay, so since you brought up Mon-El, how great was Mon-El in both episodes?
Look, I'm like, who is this?
When John was like, when John was like, you've matured and you've become wiser, I was like, yes, he's grown up. He's so great.
Like, I don't know what to do with it, actually. It's kind of throwing me off.
I love when they sit him undercover into the Fanatics. Because we got our like kind of like funny comedic Mon-El from last season back, and he is hilarious. Yeah. But then, like you said, like he's become wiser as well. So he knew like just how to play that. Like I love when the guy is like puts the handcuffs on him and he's like, we'll be back for you later, buddy. And then he breaks out of the handcuffs and immediately has on like the super suit with the cape and everything. I was like, when did you change? Why did you do all that? You didn't need to do all that. You could have just beat him up. You didn't have to change costumes. I love him. He's so good. And I like that. I mean, I know him and Kara are eventually going to have like a deep talk about their relationship. But I like that John was just like, you might need to tell her how you feel, but she probably doesn't need to hear how you feel. And he was like, you're right. You're right. I was like, see, old Mon-El would have just like blurted it out at the exact wrong moment.
Exactly.
Older, wiser, still hot Mon-El is like, I'm going to think about this and take my time. I appreciate him. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I just love this show so much right now.
It's gotten so freaking good.
I think it's 2 more episodes. Like, I know when we first talked about the hiatus and we were like, oh, this show is going to go till like all the way through June. Like, oh, I can't believe it.
And now I'm like, it's only going to June?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost over?
When I looked at the episode numbers, it was like 19 and 20. I was like, wait, does that mean we're almost done? Mm-hmm. No. And okay, we talked about the storyline and all that, but they pivoted so hard while at the same time it all makes sense.
Yeah.
How? Like when the episode, I was like, okay, we're doing like a Black Lives Matter episode, but then they still connected it to the Fanatics, which we haven't seen since the beginning of the season. And that is like connected to Rain, and then like Homegirl from the like beginning of the season. Now she wants to become one of the world killers. And then that leads them like to the Rock that takes them to Argo, which connects to the beginning of the season because we kept seeing Kara's mom in these like dreams, and you know, and then the whole time Lena is trying to like subdue Rain, and she's like building the kryptonite, and it's everything is connected.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. But they totally shifted the story. Because I told you, I thought we were going to get, you know, they find out Samantha's Rain. Penultimate episode, Samantha tries to kill Ruby. The power of love stops her, and we're done. Like,
look, that's what I wanted to say. I love how in the last episode, Supergirl realized, okay, I can't get her with her fist. I need to talk myself out of this problem. Because she could not take her at all. She's like, okay, maybe I can talk her down because I'm getting my ass kicked.
Yeah. I love it. Like, Supergirl's like, I love that when she gets to Argo, she's like, look, I'm going to be so straight up with y'all. I cannot fight her. I need something. Like, these people, their whole entire planet is in danger just because of this thing that Krypton sent there, and I don't know how to stop it. So y'all got to do something.
Like, you sitting up here trying to be isolationists, but this is your fucking problem. So y'all need to step up to the plate.
I love it. I love, like, the whole story is so good, and they're bringing, I mean, it's not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
Don't do that.
But it is similar to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in how they have taken, because what usually happens with these CW shows, you have 22 episodes and they bring up something that seems important and then they never come back to it. And you're like, wait, I thought this thing was really important because of how you made it seem, and it's not. Everything this season has had significance. Everything. Like, bringing back the fanatics and the, 11th hour, the whole thing, even just the fact that the guy that Alex thought was coming after her was that guy from the flashback episode. That could have been a total standalone episode by itself.
And that's what I love about it, and I hope they keep up this trend. None of these are standalone episodes. All these episodes matter. Mm-hmm.
Which is how it
Everything
should be.
Everything that's happening in them matters.
Mm-hmm. And then it's exactly how it should be. I get that that's hard to do with a 20-some episode season, but that's how it should be. Everything should matter. And somehow Supergirl has made everything this season matter. Somehow The Flash forgot to do that. I don't know why. I like how we're like legit hating on a show, which I know for a fact that neither of us have watched.
all year, mind you.
Like, we both stopped watching it, but we still hate on it every week. Yeah. So if you had to give these episodes a grade, what's your grade?
Do we really have to do that?
I mean,
it's an A, of course.
Yes, it's an obvious A. I've never been so excited going into the last couple episodes of Supergirl. In the 2 seasons that we've watched previous, I've been like, oh, this is probably going to be happening. It'll be. This season, I'm just like, and I'm still holding out hope. I know Rain said it like 3 times. She was like,
I'm going to burn your face off.
She's like, if you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me. But I'm still hoping that we figure out how to get Sam back.
Lena was ready to be about that life, too.
Lena was... And that was the other thing. So my thought was that she was purposefully trying to get Lena to turn up the kryptonite because the more kryptonite she gave her, it was helping her body adapt to it. Mm-hmm. And that's why she was trying to get Lena to like try and kill her.
Well, and they kind of mentioned it too, because she was starting to resist it. She's like, because of pestilence, she was kind of developing antibodies.
Yeah. And
for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah, I think she was like purposely pushing Lena to try and kill her because she knew it wouldn't work and that it would actually make her stronger, which is just even better and more diabolical. I love Rain. I love Sam. I also love Rain. If I had to choose, I want to keep Sam. But Rain is great. I love her. She's my new favorite character. I knew I was gonna like her. I remember when they said at the end of last season, and you were like world killers, and like I Googled it, and I was just like, this is gonna be great. And I'm so glad it lived up to the hype. It's so good. Yeah, that's all I got.
Just as a heads up, I'm taking a Facebook break, so I've deactivated my Facebook. And I hadn't put up a post. So
you don't need to. You don't need to explain yourself to people. I will be on Facebook because apparently that's where I live. So I will try and have a feedback post up for next week's episode. For the next few episodes, we should be covering them regularly as usual. Like I said, I was on vacation, so yeah, I needed that time off. But we are back. I'm so excited for these next couple of episodes. And and Cloak and Dagger is starting soon. So we discussed that, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to cover the first episode just to get a feel and talk about our first impressions of the show, and then we're going to do every 3 episodes. So we'll also put up feedback posts for those as well. So I hope everybody is planning on watching Cloak and Dagger. I know I'm excited for it. I've been excited for it. Actually, friend of the show, Joy, is hosting a screening of Cloak and Dagger and moderating a panel with some of the cast members tonight in LA, which I know about because she messaged me about it. And just so you know, because I love you guys and I am always thinking about getting content for the site, I did look to see if I could change my flight to go directly to LA instead of coming home. It cost too much, so it did not happen. But I looked into it because I care. So I thought about it. And then I decided, my paying job probably wouldn't be as excited about me doing that. But we will definitely be covering Cloak and Dagger. And I also have some stuff coming out over the weekend and next week before the show premieres from when I interviewed the cast and crew at WonderCon. So that'll be out as well. So look for that. And that's pretty much everything that's coming up. After Supergirl ends, we'll just be doing Cloak and Dagger every few weeks. I think it's going to be a little bit of a quiet summer until San Diego kicks off. But yeah, we're already planning for San Diego. You guys, we're on it. We're so on it right now. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Tell us how much you love the show. Feel free to tweet, Facebook me, and let us know if you're loving it as much as we are. I hope you are. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.